Well, my brother, we haven't talked in a little bit, and a couple weeks ago, I texted him to reach out, told him that we needed to get in touch, and he left me on red for about a week, and then texted me this huge paragraph back, basically telling me that I discussed him, and that he actually accused me of being a Nazi because of who I voted for.
Wow. Welcome to modern America, my brother.
Yeah.
Jesus. I hate that for him. I hate that for you. I hate that for everybody, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
How long, this is just a personal question. How long has your relationship been iffy? Is it just this thing? Has it always been a little bit back and forth, a little bit sketchy here and there?
Well, I feel like ever since he decided to go up to college and I decided to stay at home, and then after I graduated, I got married. We just haven't really been in touch because then he decided to start living up where his college is after he graduated, and he lives there full time now, which is like 2 hours away. So I don't really get to see him. But it's never been like this. Like our relationship consisted of I send him a funny meme, we talk afterwards, and then we just don't talk for a couple of days, and then wash, rinse, repeat. And he just stopped responding to the stuff I've been sending him for a couple of weeks, and then I texted him, and then he dumped all this on me.
Yeah. So I'm my opinion, or my lived experience, if you will, sitting down with folks from all over the place, is evolving. And I thought for the last 4 or 5 years, especially since COVID, right, that COVID, politics, voting for Democrat, voting Republican, voting super, super far left, super far right, super woke, super anti-woke, whatever. I thought those things were dividing up families. And I mean, it's at epidemic proportions, the number of parents who've cut their kids off, the number of adult children who've cut their parents off, and vice versa, right? But now my opinion is evolving in that these things simply exposed really thin and already fractured or shallow relationships to begin with. And that's why just wondering, like, I guess it doesn't surprise me that your relationship was mostly via text, mostly via funny memes and some back and forth, which is basically just like a kind of a head nod, right? When you're walking down a hallway of a high school and you see your buddies, you might shove one of your buddies or give them a hug or say what's up. But there's all those people that are just like in your class, and you kind of just like flick your head up at them, just raise an eyebrow to them. And I think that's actually the issue. And then you get these moments that feel like big severance, but really they're just revealing how big the cracks actually were. Man, so how can I help? I hate this for you, dude. I hate this for everybody. How can I help you, man?
I guess I'm just looking for what the next right thing to do would be, because after he sent me these texts, I tried to tell him, like, I'll never let politics divide my family, and then we had a phone call a couple days later, and it also didn't end well because all he wanted to do was debate me on politics, and I was just like, I don't want to have this conversation. Like, I want to talk to my brother and see why he thinks this is more important than our family.
Yeah. How old's your brother?
He's 24, and I'm 21, about to turn 22.
Okay. I guess the reality is that everybody I know is anxious right now. There's just chaos and uncertainty everywhere. And this isn't a political statement. There is a sense of chaos and turmoil that allows leaders to kind of do what they want to do underneath the chaos and turmoil, right? It's kind of like a look over here and kind of waving the flag over here so that I can go do whatever it is I think I want to do over on the other side, right? I guess if there's any sort of piece I can give you is that at 24 years old, I was literally the smartest person who ever lived. Ever. I knew everything at 24. And then at 28, I started to realize how much I didn't know. which then made me double down on everything I know at 24. And then all of it came crumbling down at about 35. And I've been trying to crawl out of it all since, right? All that to say is, you saying I'm not going to let my family be divided over politics is important, but it misses the big picture, which is your brother will. He does want to divide his family up over politics. And I guess in a weird way, I want to honor what he feels right now. He thinks you're evil. He thinks you're insane.
Yeah.
And when somebody thinks you're evil, somebody thinks you're insane, coming at them with facts and data, often the literature tells me that coming at somebody with facts and data actually further entrenches them in their position. So if somebody's very Democrat or very Republican and somebody sits down and says, okay, but here's the actual economic data that counters their argument, or here's the actual accomplishments of either side, here's the data, it actually further entrenches them in their position. Because their position was never about facts and figures. It's about connection. It's about belonging. It's about team. It's about tribe.
Yeah.
Right? And so the only way I've ever seen anybody successful in reuniting a relationship that way is, number one, to grieve the loss of your brother as he is right now. It's just heartbreaking, man. And that's the only thing you can control right here is your grief. Just be sad. I miss my brother. He's my older brother, dude. And my older brother thinks I'm evil. And I don't think I am.
Yeah.
And then following up with nothing more than connectivity. And what I mean by that, here's like some simple things, is to shoot him a text message, or even go one step further and write him a letter and put it in a mailbox. But just let him know, and make it short. But just say, hey, I've had a couple of days, a week or so to reflect on our conversation. I need you to hear me say, I love you and I miss you. And I'm glad you're my older brother. And that be really the gist of it. And maybe send him pictures of you and your wife, send him pictures of you and your kids, and let him stay unread, because you can't control whether he reads them. You can't control whether he writes you back long, rambly, whatevers. You can't impact any of that. All you can impact is, hey, you have another tribe over here that's not giving up on you.
Yeah.
And that's it. And there's something so powerless about this. You know what I mean? It feels so powerless. But I don't know any other thing to do in these moments. And except to continue to offer olive branches and extensions of, I'm still here and I love you.
Yeah.
And then I guess there's one other thing you can do, which is, man, I hate how we throw around the word Nazi here, because it's just such an egregious, awful evil, and we just throw it around over here. And that just tells me people didn't pay attention in history class, or our history classes were so washed over that we don't really know like true history. But it's to be reflective. Is there anything he has said to you in your arguments or whatever that you're like, you know what, he may have a point there? Or maybe I chose what I thought was the best of two bad options, or maybe I am equally entrenched on my side. Like, is there moments of reflection? I always love to go to the mirror when people are really upset with me, or when they really don't like a stance I've taken on something, and at least ask myself, like, am I pretty firm on this? Am I right on this? But other than that, there's not a lot you can do, which is so sad. I wish I had another word for it. It's just sad, man. What's your wife think about it all?
Well, actually, I wanted to talk about that. She's, how you say, she is the passionate one when it comes to defending her husband. And whenever she heard about this, she took it upon herself to send him a text message.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
I love that. Hey.
I talked to her afterwards.
You got to ride or die, dude. And I love that. I love that. If somebody's mean to my wife, I will learn what I did wrong in jail. I get that. I get that
Yeah.
sentiment, and also it never makes anything better. It never makes anything better, right?
It also didn't help the fact that we just found out she's pregnant. So, like, her emotions are at an all-time high right now.
Okay, Ryan, that's just between you and me. Never say that sentence out loud ever.
Well, she's actually right beside me.
No,
and told me to tell you that.
I know. I'm totally playing. I know. Yeah, pregnancy is a time.
Oh yeah.
I love that she wants to defend you, and we need more marriages like that. I love it, and it's easier. This is going to be hard to say because this is the pot talking to the kettle here. It is easier to go out and hit somebody, to lash out on a loved one's behalf, than it is to hold their hand in deep grief and sadness.
Yeah.
That emotional response that's beneath the physical response is so hard. And that's what we need to have right here, is her to be able to put her hand on your arm and to hold your hand, and y'all just be sad that big older brother, a guy who could be a great, cool uncle, is caught up in a tribe, man, and he is burning everybody down around him. And my heart breaks for that guy, because I've been that guy. I've been that guy on multiple different issues and topics, and it's exhausting and it's tiring and it's so, so lonely, because these hills that we die on are often very, very shallow and very hollow.
Yeah.
Right? There's just so few William Wallace moments in the world, and media and politicians do an amazing job of getting us to believe that every hill is a William Wallace moment, and they're just not. Right?
Yeah.
So, man, I'm sorry, dude. But I think the double down here is on connection and on relationship and on, hey, I want to say thank you for letting me hear your heart. And you're carrying a lot right now, and you're my big older brother. By the way, you're about to be an uncle. And just for whatever it's worth, I love you. And I'm glad you're my big brother. And it's cool to watch you be really passionate about something. And let that be it. And what you want is, in a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you want your brother to have a trail of his younger brother, his new nephew, his sister-in-law never giving up on him. And for everybody out there, I know how hard this is. I know this from personal experience. The fights during COVID, the wars inside families over politics, blown up friendships, blown up marriages, blown up parent-child relationships, all of it, man. I am there with everybody listening. And I'm telling you right now, in the ash of all of this, we're going to look around, and we're going to realize how thin and fake these tribes were. These people don't care about us. They don't. They don't. But our brothers and sisters do. And they will. Our friends will. Our church communities will. Our neighbors will, if we will continue to stare down the flames of all this stuff and continue to say, I see you and I love you. And Ryan, that's going to mean there's going to be some sad nights and some lonely nights. One other thing I would recommend for you to do is to write your brother a long letter, get it all out of your body and your system. And in this letter, there's 3 parts to it. There's the, hey, I miss you. There's the anger. Hey, who do you think you are? Call me a Nazi, dude. You want to talk about, and you can get all of your facts and figures and call out his stance and his side, all that. And then the third one is, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to love you. You're my brother. I'm going to continue to stand here amidst your silence, amidst your accusations, and I'm going to be reflective. And if I'm wrong, if my positions need to change, awesome. I'm going to be that kind of guy. And also, whenever the smoke clears and the fires that are going on inside your heart and in your spirit and in your mind and in your soul, I'm going to be right here. I'll never have left you. And by the way, for everybody listening, the 5 most incredible words in the English language to me that denotes a wise person. The sentence somebody can say that makes me go, I trust that person and they are wise, is I changed my mind. That's 4 words. So Kelly, maybe edit this out or don't. That's cool. She's just shaking her head no. I changed my mind. Because why else would you listen to a podcast? Why else would you read books? Why else would you get new information, have conversations with buddies? Why would you just read the same book over and over when you already know the ending? We do those things so we can learn new things, so we can go, I was wrong. I changed my mind. The 4 most powerful, wise words. And so when somebody you love calls you out hard, at least exhale for a second, look in the mirror and say, do they have a point? Are they right? And if so, I'm going to say those words, I changed my mind. And then I'm going to go about doing the next right thing. Thanks for being brave and calling, Ryan. You're not alone, brother. Millions of Americans, millions and millions of families are in the same mess you're in, dude, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I'm in it too. But I'm grateful for you. And dude, hug your wife tight because you got to ride or die. And also, don't blow each other's family up via text.